The remaining workers at USAID have been ordered to destroy classified documents as the agency winds down operations. According to the Associated Press, Trump administration has been dismantling USAID, cutting off most federal funding and terminating about 83% of humanitarian and development programs abroad, pulling all but a few hundred staffers off the job and shutting down the agency's Washington headquarters. Now, part of that shutdown, the way they're doing it, is getting them in a little bit of trouble. In fact, a union representing USAID contractors has asked a federal judge to stop the destruction of classified documents after an email ordered staffers to help burn and shred agency records. An email was sent under the name of Erica Carr, the acting executive secretary of USAID, saying, quote, "Thank you for your assistance in clearing our classified safes and personnel documents." It directed staffers to shred as many documents first, then stuff the remaining classified material into designated burn bags if the demand on the shredder becomes too great. Staffers were then told to write secret on the bags with a marker, like maybe a Sharpie or something. What? Wait, why are you burning the records? Why are you shredding the records? What's going on here? What are these records? And aren't you supposed to have record keeping? Now, the collection, retention, and disposal of classified material and federal records are regulated by law. But of course, apparently that doesn't apply, at least to the president of the United States. Just remember, he had that whole classified documents that he took from the White House and brought them to Mar-a-Lago and then illegally held them until the FBI went and took them. Okay, they took them back because he refused to return them. He nearly went to, court for that. But thanks to the delay tactics and the election, he got off scot-free. And the, of course, handpicked judge in that case. Okay, he put this federal judge on the bench, and then she let him go. And so, yeah, apparently they don't give a damn about classified material. They don't give a damn at all. So, yes, technically improper handling and disposal of federal records can be charged as a crime, but as Donald Trump proved, he's immune. He's not going to get charged with a crime. So no one in the administration is likely to be touched for this. And by the way, speaking of the classified documents that he stole from the White House, guess what? He stole them back. That's right. He went and moved those very same classified documents that the FBI had seized. He took them back to Mar-a-Lago. So there you are. Now, Representative Gregory Meeks, the ranking Democrat in the House Foreign Affairs Committee, did put out a statement about this, saying, quote, "Haphazardly shredding and burning USAID documents and personnel files seems like a great way to get rid of evidence of wrongdoing when you're illegally dismantling an agency." Look, they've been ordered by a federal judge, Judge Carl Nichols, to, stop doing that, okay? Stop destroying documents. And there was a Wednesday morning deadline of like, hey, you need to brief us on the issue. Brief us and the plaintiffs, okay? I should say the plaintiffs and the government need to brief him on what's going on. Now, this is all related, by the way, to the lawsuits concerning the abrupt shutdown of foreign aid and the agency itself. In the latest court challenge, Personal Services Contractor Association, representing thousands of contractors now furloughed or fired from USAID, asked a judge to stop any document destruction in order to preserve evidence. And a group representing USAID workers, the American Foreign Service Association, said in a statement that it feared the documents being destroyed could be relevant to these ongoing lawsuits over USAID's firings and program terminations. So we don't know what the documents actually are. Now, that said, USAID didn't just do foreign aid. They have been a soft power center for the United States that uses things like humanitarian aid to pressure governments into supporting U.S. interests in the region, especially corporate interests. Okay. USAID poured hundreds of millions of dollars into Haiti, for example, for NGO initiatives and state led democratic programs, financed micro development projects in rural Paraguay to dissuade peasants from supporting insurgent groups, and countered the rapidly growing socialist movement in Bolivia through a multi-million-dollar democracy building campaign. At the end of the day, these USAID projects and NGO supports neoliberal policy, and that neoliberal policy, of course, benefits big corporations and the U.S. government. That's not to say that they haven't actually done some good things. Of course, they have. They have fed children, right? They have fought against disease, but some of their good works did have some strings attached. Okay, and those strings again go to benefit the U.S. government, its interests, and corporate interests. So I'm just letting you know that. Now, I don't know if any of the documents here that are being destroyed have anything to do with that. Okay, but maybe it's possible. Either way, it's not a good idea to destroy these documents. It's definitely not the normal way of doing things. In fact, the former USAID staffer described the destruction of the agency documents as unprecedented. Quote, "I've never seen something like this. En masse. Everyone with a safe is supposed to keep it up to date and destroy documents when they no longer need to be stored. Sometimes security will check your safe and tell you if you have to clean out old material," said the former staffer, who was granted anonymity due to the fear of possible reprisals by the Trump administration. So, look, here's the thing. The whole USAID situation is illegal. Shutting it down. USAID was created by Congress. Only Congress has the ability to destroy it. Now, is Congress doing anything? No, because it's run by Republicans, which is basically, these are people who have sworn fealty to Donald Trump. So they're not doing their job. They're actually giving up their power. And so this is your test, right? USAID is the test of presidential power. And right now, we're failing it. And by we, I guess, the United States, okay? The Congress, they're failing it. If Donald Trump gets his way, then he's going to basically use this to assert power among other independent agencies or over other independent agencies without congressional approval, because he's already gotten tacit approval, which effectively makes Donald Trump a king, emperor, whatever you want to call it, dictator. And that's my big concern here, right? It's not just about like USAID and, oh, I'm worried about soft power and all that stuff. Oh, we got China and Russia filling soft power gaps. I'm not as worried about that as I am about the separation of powers in this country, okay? And whether or not we have a presidency or a dictatorship. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.